There are so many projects we're doing. We have the short-term rentals, we have a flip, we have an arbitrage, we have 2 rehab projects, and another partnership brewing. That's a lot of stuff. Here's where we are in all of them, coming up next.
Wow, look at you, you little YouTuber.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Investing with the Baldovinos. I'm Josh.
I'm Hannah.
If you're new to this channel, follow along as we are documenting our journey in building wealth through real estate investing. Anyways, okay, so today's gonna be a little fun. It's been a while, since she's been on.
Yeah.
Oh my God, where have you been?
Like, you know, busy having kids and stuff like that, so it's been a while.
In our last video that we were both on, we had some big goals for this year. And if you're interested in seeing what those goals are, make sure you click the link in the description below. But we're just gonna give a quick 2-minute update for every single project that we're working on right now. And so we'll set a timer on. She's gonna ask me a question about the project, and this is one, I guess, to update her on what's going on, because I think some of the stuff she has no idea
I have
even what's
no
happening.
idea what's going on. I've been very out of the loop. We've been very out of the loop, oh my baby, yes.
All right, first 2 minutes, the Joshua Tree short-term rental.
What's going on?
Okay, so we finally got the short-term rental permit. Oh man, like that was a journey. That's a whole nother video that's coming up for sure in itself, but we have a month-long tenant in right now.
Yeah.
We are building out the systems.
To make it an Airbnb officially, now that the permit's gonna come in.
And we are reincorporating you back into this process.
So that I can have more of a hand in guest communications. We are now officially in the hospitality industry.
How's it been for you so far?
I can't say on the camera.
Why not?
I think I have to, okay. You have to manage your expectations about how needy or frequently folks will be messaging you. So things that you think, okay, well, that's easily Googleable, but they're going to be messaging you about it. And that's
your Google.
I guess that is my thing that I need to adjust. But anyways, okay. So we got the permit. You got a month-long person in there. It's about to be an Airbnb, and we've actually we have some bookings already for April or March.
We did. So those bookings are in. We're finalizing the LLC. We've ironed out our cleaning checklist with our cleaner. Ordered a hot tub. I don't know, like we're ready to rock and roll. But again, full video for this one coming up. But for now, there's some pretty pictures. Okay, next project, our Columbus flip.
Yes. So remind me that one again. Are you partnering with somebody?
Wait, you really don't know?
I can't remember.
Yes, Ash is our partner. We have 2 private money lenders who funded the entire deal, 100%.
Oh, you had private lenders on that.
Yeah, so we raised 200. That we bought it for 75. That we was listed for 85. We negotiated down for 75. We thought rehab was going to be a 90 to 100. Now it's looking more like 110 to 115. So our spread ideally might be anywhere between 25 and 30 on a realistic sense. We also changed contractors.
You did?
Yeah.
Why? You only have 1 minute and 13 seconds to say.
Well, because our first contract that we had already walk it, do the videos and everything, and do a rough scope of work, she's actually had more projects on since we've finalized the plans, and now wouldn't be able to complete it until August.
Okay, so you had like a sit-down conversation.
So we had to sit down and said, I don't know, this is going to be a good enough timeline for us. And then John Steyer,
who is the real estate agent
who
in
gave
Columbus.
us a deal. He has his own contractor that he normally uses for his projects. He finally referred us to them, and they are able to complete the project in the same budget, but finish by end of May.
Oh, another example of how relationships are key in the real estate game.
Dang, she's even brought me on that one. But yes, so we are all things go. We are gonna have one initial design call with them this week, and just kind of iron out the budgets. The last thing we need to do is we are gonna quick deed the property into an LLC. We're gonna secure it with a mortgage to our lender, and then I gotta give some updates to my private lender. So you'll see an email from me soon, and that's 2 minutes on the dot. Yes.
Nice score. Ooh, that is an obnoxious sound.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, the next project.
the Columbus Arbitrage.
Right.
Ooh, this is interesting. I know a little bit about this one.
What
So
is it?
this is Ash's duplex. One side is the one that
Caught on fire.
it got on fire, so it was completely redone. And then you suggested, hey, let's turn this into a rental arbitrage because Columbus seems like a good market for travel nurses. And then you convinced her, and then she's in, and now y'all are looking for furniture and going to make it into a rental arbitrage. Well, for you, kind of.
Well, yes. I mean, it's our
Wait,
arbitrage.
yeah.
What? Let you wait.
Oh, you have to explain to the audience what is rental arbitrage.
Okay, rental arbitrage is subleasing it from somebody else. So, Ash and I have an LLC, and we're going to lease it from her LLC, and we're still trying to figure that all out with the attorneys and CPAs and stuff like that. But basically, we're not owning the unit, but we are guaranteeing to pay a portion of it, and then we're going to split the profits after we decide on how much is the expenses, the mortgage, the PITI, the maintenance and CapEx, and then the cash flow we split. And yes, we are doing travel nurses. One fun thing in terms of networking and relationships that you didn't know, in order to furnish the unit, we are actually, Nick, our hard money lender, I'll also link that video down below, his girlfriend has a staging company. And we are going to buy basically set rooms from his girlfriend Madison.
Oh, very cool.
And she and her team are actually going to stage everything for us.
Nice.
And so we're working on packages. We're going to get all that through. Again, this was kind of a fun little deal, so I'll have a full video on that. But that's the update on the Columbus Arbitrage. Another deal that we have in the works is, let's just call this the Missouri short-term rental. I'll save the location for another video. So you gotta, you have to subscribe, tune in for that stuff. But we are under contract for another short-term rental in Missouri. It's a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, turnkey property. It's beautiful. And then we have a third partner who's funding the entire deal. And then Ash, Hannah, and myself will be managing the property.
Yep.
And quick thoughts on the property at all?
Yeah, it looked nice. It was like a little rustic looking.
It is. I mean, it's like a builder's grade, '90s, late '90s, early 2000s. If you guys have any suggestions on how we should design this out, definitely drop it in the comments. Obviously, new linens, but it's a pretty clean unit, so we want to have a minimal kind of build out cost to it, but it has to pop. Like it really just has to
stand out. Has to be different. It's got to be different than the other houses that are around it, right? That are also being used as Airbnbs.
Yeah, but the good thing about this market is that all of the houses, it's not like Joshua Tree where it's extremely competitive. Mm-hmm. Like, there's only one, actually there's an identical unit on the same street as us that actually was redone and has nicer finishes and is clearly outperforming the rest. So then our goal is to see how far can we catch up to them without spending as much as they put in.
Mm-hmm. So this one's exciting too. It's just another property where we aren't putting our money in it.
But an extensive amount of sweat equity, setting everything up, inspectors, the cleaners, the handyman, the design, the management, the guest communications, all of it.
Time's up.
Ooh. So stay tuned for more on that one. But we're excited. It's kind of another arbitrage, but more like management arbitrage. I don't know. What would you consider that one down below in the comments. Okay,
wow,
this
we've
next
come
one.
full circle. The Miller lease is already up for renewal. That means it's been a year?
It's been a year. Yeah, the Miller lease is up.
Wow.
And I actually maybe we should have figured this out before, but did you know what the lease requirements were for for Roost Real Estate in Columbus?
No.
Yeah,
I
should ask them, but they do a $200 lease-up renewal fee to communicate with that. They are also going to sign on and the tenants do want to renew their lease. They've always paid on time. We've had very little maintenance calls.
We haven't even talked about, nothing's ever even come up in the last year.
Yeah, there's been zero maintenance on the property.
Knock on wood. No tenant issues, nothing. It's literally just been sitting there like providing cash flow, right?
Yeah, this was our first, this was our first tenant deal. This is what made us landlords. But yeah, they are going to sign on for $50 more. Nice.
$50 more per month.
Per month, which brings their effective rent to $1,350, and our cash flow to roughly about, I'd say 450 to 500, depending on how aggressive we are on maintenance savings. But I mean, that's $600 more per year.
With that, and that was actually like passive income. You didn't do anything other than buy the property and set up the management.
So it just goes to show you, buy and hold still work, depending on what your goals are.
Depending on what you're trying to do. Is it going to make you cash rich, or is it going to make you, what's the phrase? The rich, cash flow rich? What is it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say.
Like not...
She wants that. I can do my nails, kind of get a massage anytime I want, get my fruit cut by Noah kind of money.
Okay, well, that's an Ali Wong reference that you're going to have to link into now. No, yeah. Like, I want to be like, every month we're getting a lot of money that, so we don't have to work anymore if we didn't want to. That kind of money. Wait, what are we even talking about anymore? Okay, so did you even set the timer?
I did, and it's expired.
Okay.
So yes, the lease renewal is all in play. That deal was a great first deal for us.
Maybe it set the bar really high, huh? Because it was like super minimal.
Well, I mean, there are still deals like that. If you want to lock in 20% and find something that's rent ready, you can still find a deal. But it's those who are trying to get more aggressive and do these burrs and other things like that where it is harder.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, this one's fun. So another thing in Columbus, this is a rehab for our duplex and a loft property. This is the JV deal we have with my dad. The duplex is, it is basically done except for some punch list items. It looks really good compared to the beginning. I'll put some beginning or some before pictures and a little bit of the after pictures, and I'll do another full video breaking down the entire rehab cost, all of the invoices.
But this one's been a bit of a headache.
It's just, we shouldn't have bought this deal.
Ooh, that's a big thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, and my dad and I have talked about this, and this was like the deal that maybe we shouldn't have bought. We actually tried to back out while we were still in the due diligence phase, but ended up, for a variety of reasons, just holding on to the deal still. I think we were a little anxious, and there's some external pressures too. But you live and you learn. I know, what questions do you have?
How long did you initially think the rehab was going to take, and how long did it end up taking?
I mean, one, it's not done, and it's February, but we closed on the property in August, so... I mean, it did take a second for the tenants to get out. The junk out took a long time. We weren't as decisive in the rehab, which I think also kind of had a play and factor into it, so... And I guess my quick tip on that is just make sure that you're able to make educated decisions quickly.
That is tough. That's not like a thing that you can just do. It comes with time and experience. Now you know better. But would you have known that if this was your first deal, say back in last January?
But there's like another leadership quote where it's like the great leaders are able to make good decisions with 70% of the data.
Okay, maybe in certain situations, but I think in this particular situation, this one was hard to know how it was going to play out. You can't predict if a rehab is going to go longer or if it's going to be more expensive. You can do your contingencies, but this one just turned out to be a pain in the neck.
This was over the contingencies. This was. This one definitely deserves its. We've notched a new hole on our belt for this one. But again, we're right there. We are turning this property that would have been a disgusting place for current tenants to live to something that is safe and comfortable for a family in Columbus. And we're holding on to some of the costs for it.
All right.
Okay. The last one. It is tax season.
I know you've been talking about this for like weeks. I got to do the taxes. And
it's still not, I mean, I just submitted documents, but I know just by how messy it all is.
Especially this year, right? Because there's so many moving parts.
I can put it this way. Okay, how many partnerships and how many properties have we moved on last year in 2021?
I don't know. I'd have to sit down and... Sorry.
Wow, okay, so here's what we got. So she doesn't even care. She's yawning. But we have the property just under our name. We have one in an LLC that's just us. We have one with your friends, Denise and Manny. We have two with my dad. We have one with Ash. And that was all closed last year. Some of them in business entities, some of them in JVs, all over the place, with some registered in Ohio, some with foreign entities in California. This year is the year I want to pay for a bookkeeper.
It sounds like you might need it. I mean, I didn't even hear the final number of how many properties you got going on.
Well, that's just like how many different entity structures, and each of them have either 1 or 2 properties inside of them. Mm-hmm. But to keep track of the receipts, ideally, I would just love, and it's been a mess. Like, it's just
What's been the messiest part?
and just keeping track of the receipts, all the expenses, like all the projects, and especially because they're just tied to different entities. So it's like I have to have a different account for every single one. And and Derek, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I really am trying to make this clean. But yes, ideally, in a perfect world, we would get an invoice and a receipt, and we'd pay for it, and then I would just forward it on to whoever and say, hey, this is the receipt. It's tied to this property. Here's what it is, and then I'm hands off.
So so in retrospect, is there anything that you could have done differently to make the tax season now a little bit less of a headache? Is there anything that you could have done, or is it just messy?
We could have paid for someone sooner. I mean, I don't know. Everyone always says if you have money to fix a problem, then you don't really have a problem.
Wow. Who says that? Everybody says that.
Well, I mean, that's just that is a very common, and it's like a perspective change where it's like yes, that is this $20,000 over rehab is a huge, that's a lot of money, but because just are financially blessed enough to cover that, and are willing and are able to eat the cost. Not that it doesn't it affects us hugely. We're paying way more in interest than we need to. But it's not like we can't feed the kids without paying for this rehab. So it's a problem, but it's not gonna kill us. I mean, the same as bookkeeper.
All right. Taxes is another whole project in itself.
And then the last nudge, you have a new job.
Yes, I do have a new job. It is not related to real estate. I feel like we've already mentioned that before, though.
Yeah, but, for our viewers who are new to this channel, they want to know all about you.
So I started in, November, a business development representative role at Adobe, which is essentially just cold calling and prospecting folks, and then seeing if they will want to use our marketing automation solution called Marketo.
If you're in marketing and just want to have a chat, it would help us a lot. You can just DM me, I'll connect you guys.
Let me know if you want to talk marketing automation.
She has a really good incentive package if you're willing to take a meeting.
Oh yeah, I can send out gifts. Yeah.
Anyways, and this was your first tech sales job. How's that been?
It is very demanding, but it's really fun. I actually find it really fun, but it's just the hardest part is...
Why is it fun? What makes it fun?
I don't know, one goal, and that's it. And you either know if you're doing good or you're not doing good. And I really like meeting all the different people. It's really fun. That's it.
I think what's really fun about her new job is for the first time, because she's in a marketing sales, technically with my day job, I am would be a potentially prospective client for her. And so she would have to sell me.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my swag to come in the mail, you know what I mean? For the meetings that I'm taking with her.
But yeah, it's nice to have someone to consult with, how do I phrase this, or is this the way I'm saying, am I saying this right? Or what do people mean by cloning their campaign? I know what that means now.
And then also she's like, oh, should I write this on my LinkedIn post?
That is one of my goals, is to have more engagement on LinkedIn, because I want my prospects to see me as a human and not as a salesy person. Anyways, enough about that.
But she's closed 3 deals now.
3 deals, yeah.
Or she's gotten 3 deals to the next level to where she now gets commission for it, which is cool.
Yeah, which is cool.
And then I'm hopeful, and it seems like your meetings are coming, maybe knock on wood, but a little more frequently. So hopefully the pipe is life.
Pipe is life, man. Pipe is life.
Okay, if you have ever taken a tech sales job ever, let's just have it more fun. Comment tech sales below, or if you can just respect it, just put tech sales, and then I'll know that you made it there, and then we meet a lot, and it's fun. Ooh, sorry, baby. Okay, that was a lot of updates. If
Yeah,
you
it
have
was.
any specific questions about any of the projects we're working on, make sure to put them in the comments below, and that will help me and will help us figure out what videos to make next and which ones to dedicate the most time to.
My arms are kind of dying.
Ooh. Okay, so make sure she did this whole YouTube video rocking a baby. No excuses.
17 pounds.
Listen. So because just for her efforts, just give it a like, give it a share if you found this valuable and someone else would find value out of this. For our next videos, we will be doing a deeper dive in each of some of these projects here, like our Joshua Tree Airbnb build out and everything it took to get to the permit, how we are planning this Columbus arbitrage with Ash, and as well as why our duplex costed $20,000 more. So leave any specific questions you have. I'll be sure to address them in the next video. And of course, subscribe. And if you want to see Hannah more, you let me know too. Like, hey, put Hannah more in the videos. But, you know, she obviously has to rock the baby.
I'm busy.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Cheers.